Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today we have Alia and Ivan from Petite Events Company. Can you guys tell us a little bit more about Petite Events Company? And
For sure. Hello, my name is Alia. I am the founder of the company, Petite Events Company. And it started somewhere with me loving parties. so, as I had my daughter and I was celebrating her birthdays, I would always collect stuff. That's something that I would not find on the market for rent. I would buy, and a lot of things got collected in our garage, and we thought we can rent things out, and that's how actually Petite Events started, with us starting slow. It did take us um, a few years where we were going slow, and then we actually thought, okay, this could be a business. So, starting in 2020, that's when we established the company and decided, okay, we're gonna go full time, um, trying to figure out what is this business, how rentals work, what is this industry, because I come from I don't have a background in events.
Mhm.
All I had is something that I loved, throwing parties for my own um, daughter plus my siblings, and from that point, I started digging and diving into education, into rentals, looking up all the companies around, and I got in love with the concept and um, started like searching, finding more, getting more in love with it, and then I was very inspired, and I made Ivan work a lot with all my ideas because when we started, he built a lot of stuff for us, which we were not there to, um, you know, invest too much into the business since we were growing slow. We were adding things as we went, and a lot of things we were custom building, which was Ivan building. But now he's kind of moved away from it. But yeah, that's how it started, from me loving parties and just going a little deeper than just loving it, but actually being a part of it now, where we serve clients and do events every single weekend.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. And Ivan, how? Tell me a little bit about more about yourself. And
Yeah.
obviously, like you were the muscle in at the beginning, but now
Yeah.
tell me a little bit more.
Hi everybody. My name is Ivan. I'm the co-founder of the company. My wife is the one that dragged me into this all. If you were to ask me probably 6 years ago, 6 years ago, I did not care about events at all. If you ask me, I just cared less about decor, but it just kind of turned upside down real quick as I seen the demand and what this could be built into. That's why Alia is the one creative behind the scenes, creating all the ideas and choosing all the pieces that we have so far. And I'm just the one helping out on the back end with all the other business needs. Initially, it started with it being a lot of the builds that we did, and I was able to do that. I used to have some construction background, so logically I was able to figure things out. But eventually I understood that's not something that I want to grow into because I'm not a wood builder. I'm like, hey, if we want to build a business, we need to kind of shift our mindset more into the business rather than being hands-on. And that's where we started figuring out more of the business side of things, what works, what doesn't, what should we bring into the market, what do the people need out there, what type of events and so forth. It has been a learning curve for over the past 4 years since we officially started the company. And ever since, it just pivots here and there, just trying to see what works, what doesn't, what people need, and just going day by day, learning something new. I'm sure 10 years down the road will be the same, learning something new, learning from others that have been in the business for a while in the same industry. Each kind of category of event industry has their own thing, but you can always kind of share ideas, and that's what we love. We love to combine and just share thoughts with other event vendors just to see what's out there, what they have been trying in many different aspects, and just try to see if we can apply it to our business and just kind of growing with that. Our mindset is more of um, to to not compete with other vendors,
Collaborate.
but collaborate and combining forces that way kind of has helped us because oftentimes, sometimes you don't have the pieces needed. You just refer to somebody in the industry, and then it goes back the same way. So it's just been like that. So that's a little bit about me and the passion I have for it.
I love that. So, Alia, you are really like the designer behind the pieces that come in. What inspires you to pick the pieces that
Yeah.
you guys have and that you put together?
Anything, honestly. Like if I drive somewhere, I like new places that open. I like driving in downtown, going to seeing structures, buildings. That inspires me. Also, Pinterest is a big inspiration. I always go on Pinterest. I'm always there. Magazines. I get interior design magazines at home that I look through. Um, I just when I see a structure or a shape of something that could be a backdrop, I'm like, okay, this is something we can build. And back then, I would be coming to Ivan with ideas. You know how the like with the saying, "Oh, I have an idea." My husband's like, "No, don't come at me with that because I'm gonna be building it." So yeah, that's where things started. Like me seeing things, but as when we started first years, I feel like I got a lot of inspiration from other companies because I saw what they're doing, what's popular, what's trendy for events, um, and a lot of stuff we saw on Instagram as well, like um, the backdrops, because I feel like that's what we came with into the industry, and that's something that was needed here in our area. And we were able to bring it to the market, and people loved it because they would see it on Instagram. They could not find it here, and here we were available for rent, and that was kind of the first things that we started with. But now it's more furniture because we're moving into weddings. So now I'm getting inspired with interior design because it's more lounge furniture, it's more chairs, it's more the interior design coming into weddings, like in some aspects like that.
Yeah. So on that, what are you seeing are like the current styles or trends that are happening for 2024?
There's a lot of things that are, I feel like coming back or staying or something's new. So a lot of trends, what we're seeing right now in weddings particularly, is just some details like bows. You've probably seen it everywhere. It's in the dress. It's in the decor. Your napkins could be bows and anything. Um, we see a lot of minimalistic but modern.
Touches.
Yeah, touches. That's probably one of the things our clients love that we provide is minimalistic approach of something, but still making it beautiful in a statement. And a lot of organic, like opulence, in a way where you can combine nature into design. Um, and I see a lot of florists, bringing these nice arrangements together that look like it just grew. It wasn't even put together by someone. It was just natural, and it's so beautiful. Just make it look effortless. That's probably what's trending right now. Effortless and timeless. Something that's gonna be there forever. Yeah,
Classic styles.
classic. Yeah.
So when a couple comes to you, do they need to know like exactly what they want, or are you there to like help them kind of find their vision in their way to a design?
A lot of people come, like our clients come with a vision or without. So we're here for both. But we're happy to guide and suggest things from our inventory. Sometimes we do designs, even if it's a backdrop. Client is looking for has an inspiration, but we don't have specific items. So we would bring something that's very similar with the same idea and concept. Um, and we'll guide them through that and show them a rendering of how it could be. And that's probably one thing our clients love is when we show a visual and they're like, okay, this is what I was actually imagining. And then it comes to life on their events. We just had it like last weekend. Our client loved her backdrop. It's something she envisioned and we were able to bring in and she was happy. So that's something that we do. And most of the time, our clients do have with an event planner that we work with, and they kind of talk with her and them with all the details. And we're just there just as a shop, just, okay, you need items, we'll rent them for you. So we do both.
I
Yeah.
love that. So what information does the client need to bring to you? Like this is the needed
Yeah.
information.
Yeah. So the basic information we collect is obviously the date, the venue and such, just to get started of where we are, what we're dealing with. From then on, we just try to build on, hey, this could be the minimum spent on rentals if it's out of our service area and such, so we can still serve them. So just the basic information, just like that, and for us just to hop on a call with them. That's all that kind of is required. And then we just started talk of, hey, where are you at? What foundational pieces are you in need of? Just to kind of inform them of what they do. Oftentimes people confuse us with just the regular rental company if they just found us on Google and they start asking if we have tables, I mean, if we have the linens, tabletop items and such, and we just try to let them know, hey, we're just do furniture rentals when it comes to tables, chairs, lounge furniture, backdrops, bars, and such. And we're able to just kind of guide them that way. And sometimes it's not the best choice for them if they're looking for a one-stop shop for, again, all those linens, tabletop items, and such. And they're just needing kind of everything in one. So we're not able to help them in that way. Our vision is to bring more of the foundational pieces and options of that rather than everything in one. Again, there's so much out there in the industry that we can't add everything, at least as of right now. That's our vision. So we just need those basic information pieces and we just go from there.
Can the couples make customization requests? And if
Absolutely.
so, like what are some examples of how you can customize something, a piece of furniture to make the couple really like
Yeah.
have it their own?
Absolutely, yeah. So we used to customize almost everything and anything back in the day when we started. We did a lot of themed events, and that was kind of fun to do. But later on, we realized it's not the best vision for the business long term. So we just narrowed that down into simpler options of what they can choose from as a foundation. And the items that we offer as customizations, the most popular is backdrops. And when it comes to backdrops, it could typically be, hey, we're renting a backdrop, whether it be neutral, pink, blue. We just kind of chose um, the most in demand universal colors, and from then on, we're able to add a custom sign to their own event if it's a baby shower, bridal shower, whatever it might be, and then add some colors of their theme with either balloons, flowers, and such. And I mean, even though it may be the same backdrop, it being like a neutral backdrop, whatever you put on is very different. So every backdrop looks very different. So when it comes to customizations, probably the most in demand is backdrops. Everything else is pretty much foundational items. And like, for example, for chairs, we have three different options: black, white, or neutral. So they're kind of able to customize that way. But again, like all you said in the beginning, some things could be customized, and we actually just did a style shoot not too long ago, and they were able to put some bows on them, so just kind of doing that, putting some cushions on. There's a lot of customizations that could be offered on top of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what if a couple has a vision and they aren't exactly seeing it on your website? Should they still contact you guys?
No.
Yeah. For sure. I would say for sure. If they see that we have something similar, we'll be able to like get to their vision as close as possible. If we cannot absolutely get to their vision, we will refer them to our frienders. We've done that before and we do that every time because our main focus is to help a client, not to sell our product, is to make sure our clients, even though we can't help them ourselves, we can help them in a different way by referring, by suggesting other rental companies or designers that can help them. Yeah.
I love that because I know you guys love to collaborate with other vendors, but you guys also like can take someone's vision of what they think they want and show them something slightly different, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that is actually what I wanted. I didn't realize that until you showed it to me." So
For sure. And we don't like seeing all the same things, a copy paste or cookie cutter. When a person comes, they have their own personality, they have their own vision, and we want to showcase that through the item that's being customized. It will look different. And some people are not okay with it. They will rather have it exactly the same, like their inspo photo, but others are okay. And at the end of the day, on the event day, they love it, even though they think, oh, I'm not sure about it, but they will love it anyway. When everything comes together, uh, it's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like one of the things that helps them to sell the idea and for them to understand that this idea would work is something that we call a mock-up, something that we can kind of visually design for them, because talking through an idea is kind of hard for them to understand what you can put together. Yes, they have seen your work, but oftentimes if it's something on a bigger scale, they're like, well, can we see how it would all align together? And a lot of times we're like, hey, sure, we could. We provide them a visual. They're like, this is exactly what I was envisioning. Even though they have provided inspirational pictures, obviously that's something that they found that's available out there on the internet. But their vision might be slightly different. And when you actually hit that, they're like, oh, this is amazing. I can't wait for this all to come to life. So
Yeah.
just providing that visual, we know both for event planners and just clients in general, it helps. One of the things that we offer is pre-styled packages when it comes to either backdrops or when it comes to lounge furniture. And oftentimes, I mean, just seeing an accent chair or a couch on the website individually, they can't see how it would pair with anything else. And that's what we put out there, just different pre-styled lounges and different styles. People are able to choose according to their style. Sometimes they may be able to switch like a coffee table or something else that speaks better to them. But generally, they just love the idea of, hey, like I don't have to do the work of thinking.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I'm going for. And that kind of helps to bring their vision together and to transform and let them know that, hey, we can do that.
Yeah.
So what is the ideal timeline for getting your rentals? Like when should you start and when is like the absolute like, okay, we gotta make some final decisions here.
So the simple answer is ASAP. And why I say that, and oftentimes we get asked, are you available on whatever date it is? And we're like, we're available as long as items are available. A lot of the items are limited in quantities, and I mean, we have people for right now, for example, reaching out for 2025 already, and oftentimes we'll say it as soon as possible. When you know you need those pieces, just get them reserved and you're all taken care of. You can go on to your next to-do list item and just kind of not keep on browsing around, because obviously at the end of the day there's so many options out there of what you could do. Just kind of stick to one, get that reserved, settled, and move on.
Yeah.
That's our simple answer.
Yeah, and people, especially couples, it's nice to check off another big thing off of their checklist. And rental is a big thing because it's a lot of furniture that comes to their day if they need them to be there. And we say as soon as possible, as long as you like the item and you are sure you'll want it at your event, give us a call because it might go. Our company, so what we do is more specialty event rentals, and we don't have quantities of hundreds or 50 or more of things. Everything is some things are custom made and they're in limited quantity. That's why we say if you want it you have to get it sooner or later.
Well, that brings
Not
me into
later.
my next question. What do you tell couples that maybe one of the partners might be on the fence about getting like lounge furniture, because that's not really what everyone thinks should be at a wedding? I don't agree with that. But what do you say if you you encounter a couple that is struggling with one partner may be like, no, we don't need lounge equipment because our guests need to enjoy the festivities.
Yes. For the guest experience, because we're in business for client experience, and we pass it on to our clients that they need to create a guest experience for their guests at their weddings, because weddings is a long day. Lounge furniture is not only used at a cocktail hour, it could be used after reception or during reception, during dance. And we find a lot of guests, they do hang out at the lounge at the end of the day because they're tired, they want to sit, they want to relax, they want to chat. And it does bring people together. And when looking at the wedding as a whole and seeing what is most important to you, always we tell our clients, it's your day. you pick what's most important to you. If it's the chairs, go with the chairs. If it's your making your guests feel welcomed, it's the lounge, you know. So actually depends on what actually they're looking for, and what they're trying to um, what they want their guests to feel like
To
or
experience,
want to
yeah.
experience. And for some, a lounge could be just, an extra add-on just for looks. But for others, it could be for the comfort of their guests.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
everyone's different there.
And like one of the things that we have seen, and people again always question why should I add a lounge, and such. One of the things that we're able to now provide is the testimonials, reviews from other clients, and oftentimes when we deliver, or more of when we actually pick up the items, and such, and the day after or whatever the time frame may be, people are just wanting to let us know that, hey, like this area was the most used at the wedding. Either it's just one lounge setup, two, three, whatever it might be. People are lingering around there. Obviously, it's to the comfort, and just like Alia said, at the end of the event, uh, people just don't want to get up from those couches. They're just enjoying their drinks. They're just enjoying the company of relatives, because oftentimes relatives flying from out of states and such, they just want to hang out there. Because oftentimes the chairs are not the most comfortable to sit
Yeah.
on, especially after a long day. You just want to lounge. So that's never a regret. That's always like, thank you for letting us into this, and perhaps adding on another lounge and letting us know that we have a big party and we do need the second, third lounge and such. So it's never a negative experience, and oftentimes those that are on the fence, first thing I would say is get off the fence. And the other thing is, hey, like, don't let us speak. Just read some of the reviews that we have had in the past from clients, and that would just help you kind of get off the fence and make your decision of where you want to be. If this is exactly what you're looking for your guests to be enjoying the party, because at the end of the day, if your guests aren't enjoying, you won't enjoy it. So if your guests are enjoying it, you're just happy about it. So
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I love a lounge. Like I said, I feel like it brings people together because you don't always want to be up on the dance floor
Yeah.
or, but it still is like brings families close together. There's a
Sure.
lot of socialization there, some great
Yeah.
photos taken.
absolutely.
That's awesome. So, what advice do you have for couples planning their wedding?
So when it comes to a wedding, since it's might be a once in a lifetime thing, um, a lot of brides they they think they could do it. They're on their own, all the planning, everything, make get their family members to help them out, which it's a lot of work. And what we advise our couples is start at the right, like kind of foresee things before things go wrong is and get an event planner or someone who can guide you or give you advice of what is actually in a wedding, what it takes to put one together and plan one together. And there are a lot of event planners that do different packages for you, and it doesn't have to be a full blown full what is it called? What do you call it? Full planning. Like they can even do just guidance, for you, and that's really helpful for our clients because sometimes they do ask us questions that an event planner could answer them, which we actually don't know maybe because of the full floor plans. We are there to do our job, and there's event planners. Like I was telling Ivan's, like building a house, you need a contractor. Having a wedding, you need a planner. You need someone who's going to guide you, and that's probably going to be my biggest advice.
Yeah.
Advice is get someone that has been doing it, has an experience that can guide you, and then you can make your decision how you can move forward from there on. Yeah.
And one of the things that I wanted to add upon that is oftentimes people see event planners as an expense rather than an investment. And there's so many things you can't foresee, obviously, because you don't do it every day. And those people who are in the field, they can save you from some hiccups here and there, either from dealing with vendors that are not professional, or perhaps they just know what's best for you and can talk you uh, through the options of what you have, what you can prioritize and such. So having an event planner is more of having a mentor on the side to let you know that, hey, everything is going to be all right. Otherwise, you're just stressing out for no reason.
Yeah.
Because obviously, yes, it's your important day and you want to make it feel special. But I mean, I can speak of my experience even like when we got married with Alia. Uh, I mean, I regret of not having an event planner because the amount of things, I mean, we kind of had a part-time friend help us out, but the amount of things you have to think of on the day off for nothing to go wrong, you just don't enjoy the day on a level where you can just relax and experience it. And oftentimes people just think, hey, it's just like this one thing or this one thing that I need to take care of, but these small things pile up into something very huge, and then you're stressed.
Yeah.
Just enjoy. And oftentimes, just hearing people out, they're like, hey, I spent less working with an event planner, even though, yes, we pay them, but we're able to prioritize correctly, use the right vendors, and the best of all, just have a stress-free wedding.
Yeah.
And that's worth more than the money. I mean, yes, money is needed, but when you think about it as a whole, oftentimes they could save more rather than it being an expense. And
Yeah.
that's the way we see it.
And it makes our job easier as well as a vendor,
Mhm.
working with event planners that do know what we need. Like you said, what do we need to know? Like we need basic date, name, venue, location. Some people don't provide that. And we're like, how can we help you out when we don't know when is your event? So event planners are easy to work with for us. They know where things go. It's easy. They know the layout because sometimes if it's a client that doesn't have an event planner and then you're not sure who's taking care of stuff on the day of, who's the point of contact, who do I go and ask, where does the lounge go? There's no timeline. And like as a bride too, you don't want to get a phone call asking you where to do these napkins, how do you fold them, all that stuff. And that's probably a biggest advice that goes a long way, not only for you, for your vendors and everyone, just to kind of make the experience better for everyone on your wedding day.
Yeah. And another thing I have to say is, like I mentioned earlier, there's so many options out there, and oftentimes people think, hey, I'll still think about this, I'll still think about that. And obviously, like in life, I just understood one thing, there's always something better. Like even if you book something, whatever it might be, like you're traveling somewhere, you already booked a vacation, next day you find a better deal or whatever it is, there's always something better. But it's just more of being free in your mind that, hey, I got this done and just kind of over with, rather than just keep on thinking about it and you can't delegate your mind to anything else because you're thinking about this one thing. It could be just as easy as, hey, I need to book chairs. The next thing you know, they call us and those chairs are already booked out. And now they're sad about it. Now they need to look for other options because, hey, they have put this up for so long, for 2 to 3 months, and we are trying to be fair to everybody. We provide quotes for 24 hours. Hey, if you want to get a reservation on the books, we can get you reserved, sign contract, submit a deposit, you're all set. Just kind of off your list. So that's like one of the things that there is always will be something better or more affordable, but just kind of get it settled with and go on and enjoy your day.
Yeah, I love that. I remember when I was planning my wedding, and the best advice I got was from my dress consultant. She was like, okay, you found it, stop looking.
Yeah.
Just like you found your husband, stop looking.
I like that.
So
yeah.
once you have it, just be done, because you're right. You will continue and you'll drive yourself crazy. Like, oh my gosh, I should have done this instead. I
Yeah.
should have done this instead. And
better option.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, once
sure.
you're done, just be done.
Cross it off, move on to next thing.
What
Awesome.
advice do you have for post-wedding couples?
Come to us for a baby shower. Baby shower, birthday parties. I mean, we have our number one client, what's it called? Source is always repeat clients. Repeat clients or referrals. People refer us for the service that they have received, and we're always out there asking, how can we make things better? And that's one of the things that I believe separates us from some of the other vendors in the industry is we always are seeking constructive criticism in a way of, hey, like, sure, what went wrong? oftentimes with us doing the rentals, we don't oversee everything at the event, where it's like we want that feedback. We want your honest feedback. If something went wrong, how can we fix it? If a backdrop fell or something along those lines, don't just be mad at it. I mean, not to speak of any backdrops falling, but just there are some things that people just hide behind, and then you just can't get a hold of them. And it's more about just that clear communication, either from an event planner. We always ask, like, hey, how did the event go? Did everything go well? Did the client actually enjoy it? Because oftentimes it just falls on the event planner when they come to us, and they just kind of take everything upon themselves from the client. Hey, this vendor didn't achieve my vision. This vendor didn't achieve my vision. And now if they don't speak it back to us, the only way we're able to tell that we did something wrong is if they don't call us back anymore. And we don't like that. We just want to know, I mean, even if they don't want to use us anymore, just tell us what went wrong so we can fix it for other people. And that has been a tremendous growth track for us, is to hear feedback, apply it to us, and just keep on growing, keep on fixing what we can in the moment. Some things we just kind of put on top of our list, and hey, people want more quantities, or people want this, people want that, and just kind of prioritize as we go, fix those items. And our number one priority is the client and their experience, for them to receive the best possible quality of the item, of what we have. One of the things is we don't just drop and go. When we deliver, we make sure their experience and expectations are met. And that's within, hey, you want the chair set, they're not just going to be dropped off in the corner and have your guests or whoever to figure out to do that. We set them the way that you want, or the event planner wants and has provided a layout perhaps and such. So that's always like a number one thing for us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming in today. Again, we are with Ivan and Alia from Petite Rental Company. They are a luxury furniture rental here in Sacramento area. Reach out to them for any of your needs, not just weddings, like they said, baby showers, bridal showers, birthday parties, anything that you can celebrate, they can help you with.
Absolutely. If it's an event, we can help. I mean, we do from smaller parties, weddings, corporate events, anything that you would like us to help with, we can definitely do. And I just wanted to thank you once again, for inviting us over. It was a great chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank
It was fun.
So that was awesome hearing from Ivan and Alia at Petite Event Rentals. They're amazing. Again, they're a luxury furniture rental company, and they can help you with all of your celebrations, not just wedding festivities. So check them out. I want to thank our sponsors. I have our diamond sponsors, Lush Balloon, our media sponsor, Real Weddings, as well as our grand prize sponsor, Retreat Salon and Spa, our fashion show sponsors, Carriage House Farms, Our Place Event Space and Kitchen, as well as our VIP sponsors, Petite Event Rentals, White Moon Rustic, and a Doboink. Thank you, and we'll see you in a week.